Okay, defensive threats are a little harder to play around, just considering that they can usually withstand more attacks. But Stealth Rock's good against Dwebble just because it'll lose its sturdy. And then I could come in with my Dwebble. But even though it's going to tie, I mean, Mienfoo doesn't take a lot, even from Shell Smash. And it doesn't really threaten me that much. Ferroseed now is a really big threat, because if you don't have like two fighting types and don't know how to take it out, it could just Leech Seed you, Thunder Wave you, and just pretty much walk all over your team if you don't play around it correctly. And I only have one check for it, so that could become a problem, but I think it's fine for now. Frillish, Chinchou beats. I mean, unless you're using freaking Somalian Suicide, Frillish, it's not going to do anything. Hippopotas, same thing. Chinchou comes in, does what it wants. Ghastly, if it's lacking crunch, and it has Hypnosis. Lileep takes like nothing from Earthquake after it uses Stockpile. Enemy Lileeps are kind of hard to play against, especially if Sandstorm's raging, and this team doesn't use Toxic. So pretty much Mienfoo's the only Pokemon I can use to even try to get a KO on it. I mean, I just have to pray for a Drain Punch crit. Munchlax, people really don't use anymore, but Mienfoo KOs, Nose Pass. Oh, Charmander, why won't you update this thing? No one uses half these Pokemon anyways. Tentacool is a bitch, just because it has Toxic Spikes and stuff, but Chinchou plays really well against it, unless it like uses Toxic, which I don't see happening anytime soon. And it can also rapid spin away stuff, so Ghastly works good too. I mean, well. And even though Scald will do damage, Eviolite will help negate that. Defensive Volibite, Chinchou again beats it. Ghastly can put it to sleep, but then it'll lose to Dark Pulse or whatever. Dwebble also has Rock Blast, so that's good. Slowpoke, featured Little Cup Pokemon of the Month. It can tank a lot of hits. Thankfully, I have Chinchou, and unless it carries Toxic, Lileep will also wall it to Eternity. Just because Psychic won't be doing much to a Lileep in the sand with stockpiles up. Scald will just do nothing and raise its special attack. And Slowpoke really isn't very offensive. For Shelmet, I have Tailo, and I also have Ghastly, who can put it to sleep. Mienfoo, Ghastly, and Tailo. Cottony, again, Tailo. Tailo's countering a lot of these Pokemon, so it's a good idea if you're going to use this team to keep Tailo alive. Just so it won't, like, die in 3 hits, or probably not even 3 hits. Tailo can't take 3 hits. It'll just, like, die in 1 hit, and then it'll be gone. Bronzor can set up Stealth Rock. That's pretty much where that list ends. It has Psychic to KO Ghastly and, like, Mienfoo, but Lily beats it, and it has HP Fire. So, yeah. And Chinchou can 2H KO with Hydro Pump, I'm pretty sure. And that's the end of team building, I guess. I mean, you need to cover all your bases. I went over that. And you need to make sure that your team functions well against the Pokemon you can see in the metagame. Like, Chinchou, if you want to KO Chinchou, you need Lileep, and you need, like, Diglett. But no one uses Diglett, so pretty much you need Lileep and something else that can take out Chinchou. Usually that would be Ferroseed, unless you have, unless it has HP Fire, in which case it won't work. So you need something to take out Chinchou. Clamperl, you need a strong Choice Scarf Pokemon, considering it can KO everything if it gets a Shell Smash up. So you need like a Choice Scarf Tailo or a Choice Scarf Ghastly. Choice Scarf Elekid works. And for that reason, Voltorb also works, but Voltorb is kind of gay. Doduo isn't really that big of a Pokemon. I'm not going to go through the whole list. Houndour is big because it can wreck shit. It has like the best mixed sweeping potential in the game, even higher than Magby or Elekid. So you need to Krogunk works well. Fake Out plus Vacuum Wave. Or Mienfoo also does well, but you have to watch out for the speed tie because it also hits 17. And speaking of Mienfoo, it is one of the biggest bitches in the game. The offensive variance will lose to Ghastly if it just like randomly uses high jump kick. But the defensive variance, you're going to have to use flying type attacks or like psychic type attacks. From Talo or like even Abra. Abra works well against Mienfoo. Just because it is immune to fake out because of inner focus and can KO with psychic. Scraggy is big. You need 2 checks to it. Because if you don't get 2 checks to Scraggy, then you're done. You're just done. It Dragon Dances, it can shed skin off Toxic or whatever, or burn, and then just sweep. For defensive threats, Stall isn't very common, but the combination of Ferroseed and Frillish is really big. Chinchou with HP Fire and Thunderbolt works well to an extent, but it can't KO Ferroseed in one shot. So for that reason, you should probably use Substitute, HP Fire, Thunderbolt, and like Hydro Pump. Sandstorm teams are also big. Snover works well, of course, since it's the only other Pokemon that has Auto Weather. But just make sure it loses to Stealth Rock really quickly, so you need a spinner. Probably Tentacool would be best. Staryu works against Sandstorm teams very well. And then you need like 2 fighting types just to beat Lileep. Ghastly is another big threat, and it's not up here. So thanks Charmander, really, for not including Ghastly. But I mean, Choice Scarf Pokemon revenge it easily. Dwebble can beat it with Rock Blast. Chinchou can stave off Shadow Ball and stuff. So that's pretty much all you need to know about team building. Make sure the Pokemon you pick work well together, can synergize well, make sure they cover the relevant threats in the metagame, and can overall lead your account to victory and get to number 1 on the ladder like elevator music always seems to do. So I'm out, and I will see you guys later, hopefully with more Little Cup 101 videos. Peace.